on the side of DCG. This is what I like to see from them, leveraging the strength of Leaky over Kurt. And on the other side for Frank Esports, it's still a very stock standard front-to-back teamfight comp. You have great tanks because of the ice armor coming through on the Sejuani and a hyper carry in the Jinx. But this time around, they also have the better mid-jungle duo. So what I expect to see throughout this game is that what Frank need to do to kind of hang on and drag this later is for a lot of those roams from Pretender to potentially catch Leaky out and shut him down.
Well, we'll have to find out if he can do it. Because if not, Deep Cross could be cruising to a 3-0, despite how close things have looked, especially last game. But we are underway. Let's go ahead and take a look at our runes and masteries. Concealed Spellbook on the rise. No surprises there. The Conqueror Aatrox. The Aftershock Sejuani.
Yep, Sejuani, we have seen her a couple of times. There has been some very wonky bot lanes, like the Aurelia Sejuani that was played in the LPL for a split, where you just use the melee attacks. But I think it's much more of a teamfight champion than anything else. Criscata, on the other hand, also starting with the fleet footwork. Usually you do get poked out by the Jinx early levels, so that's normally what you expect to see. And the jungle starts, I do like this coming in from the Lee Sin. I feel like focusing on the bot lane is definitely where you want to go. Lee Sin with the Flurry passive can get a lot of auto attacks down, so the gank potential there is quite high, especially you can just go against the Tom Catch.
Look at this level 1 here. Nesty has found Pretender on an early roam, actually forces the Mimic out. Or excuse me, the clone out, and yeah, that's a little bit scuffed there for Pretender.
Yeah, and this is a matchup where we could see things flip a little bit, you know. If the LeBlanc goes in for the Distorts and the Electrocute, she could just be frozen in place by the Rune Prison, and you can see the ganks incoming, so it's not guaranteed to be a LeBlanc-favored matchup for the most part. And bot lane should be seeing Eminem just pushing this one out, but Woody does have a little bit more threat in this level 1.
Yeah, as that Abyssal Dive. Of course, he just turns around, gets a bit of Rocket Poke, and K2 always going to be looking for those angles here on this Sejuani, trying to stack up those Frost stacks and seeing if they can't get somebody stunned on. Good chase down for this team as well if they can manage that, not just in the 2v2, but also team fights, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I do like their setup quite a bit. They have a strong two-man game in the top side with Leaky and Hana, and that's a very high sustain plus reset composition that they have. So I do expect this game to devolve into a lot of side lane skirmishes, while the rest of the members, the bot laners, are going to stay relatively static in the mid lane. You have a lot of moving parts, the Realm Warp that could come in as well. So if it does go into the more skirmishy style of game, I think DCG does have a decided lead, but it also does come down to how Pretender and Holo can snowball. Again, they have the strongest mid-jungle duo that you could possibly pick, but it is one that does require a bit of snowballing. It does have an expiration date, so we'll see how Frank can play this sort of off composition for them.
Good trade from Criscata as he finds Eminem threading the needle there on his guns. Here comes Holo, double buffs on. In through Tribrush, but he's going to be matched on pressure by Hana. We could actually be in for a 3v3, but Hana's much more interested in securing Scuttle, so that is going to be the back away, and Holo's actually spotted on a ward near the Raptor camp.
I do want to point out, not only is Holo spotted, Pretender's also not doing very well in his own lane. If you look at the sustain here, he is down 2 pots. Nesty dealing with the lane very well off the level 1 trade. He's going to be able to hold this, and that just means there's not much threat from LeBlanc Lee Sin. You really want to get this ship going. We've seen a lot of early level 3, level 4 Lee Sin ganks coming in. Now they're finally pressing in, but they're spotted immediately.
Yeah, Holo doesn't want to get sandwiched. Does land the Sonic Wave, but Nesty very safe in tower range. You don't want to take that one, as you'll be getting a one-way ticket to Rune Prison.
And this game is starting out very slow, which I think for DCG is actually somewhat acceptable. You know, you live past the pre-level 6 power of Holo and Pretender, and then you get a lot more say with Viego online. I think post-6 Viego does have a lot more fighting power when you match it up against Lee Sin, but DCG, find the level 4 trade!
Alright, Arctic Assault for the retreat path, but look at the damage Criscata's putting out here. Eminem can't really return fire, and that should force them out of lane. No first blood just yet, all the same. Checking in up to the
Kurt
top, here
goes
comes
in.
Han on the hard path, and forcing Curse to flash away, but he can't dodge that dash, and here come the Infernal Chains. He's trying to walk away from it, but first blood will be had by Leaky.
Unfortunate game plan right there. Just going in on the wrong timing and just getting baited in by Leaky. So the 4-1 off to a good start in this one. The Gragas really doesn't have a good time in this matchup. Very hard for him to even damage Leaky in this trade. Here goes the dive.
Yeah, once again, no, Woody does get taken pretty
down.
low here as he flashes. Great health is on. Here comes Criscata to follow. They're going to try to
he
get the
gets
outplay on Eminem. Oh, he might just be able to do it. They're trying to limp away.
Woody
those
goes
rockets.
back
They're still
in.
threatening the lick and the auto. The double kill for Criscata. And that is absolutely worth even as Woody dies.
Such a beautiful trade. Woody knows that he's going down, but he's taking the 80 carry with him, and that means they're going to miss an entire wave here. Very surprised that Eminem did not try to flash out for that one. He goes down, and Kirk could be going down again.
Here's round 2. No flash, no dash. He gets interrupted as Leaky flashes in front of him, and Hana picks one up too. The buddy system up top is starting to roll, Clement.
Such nice play from Leaky to stop the body slam from getting away. And in the mid lane, you see Nesty just winning a straight up 1v1 trade as well. So all 3 lanes popping for DCG. We're going to take a look at this trade again. I did suspect that this Sejuani was going to have a very weak laning phase. This is indeed what we saw. And the calculations here from DCG, Chef's Kiss, absolutely perfect. Criscata tanks the minimal amount of turret shots. Woody goes in, tanks the shot that he needs, gets the slow down, and they're at it again.
Oh, Eminem, this time he flashes the wall. Here comes the zap. Now K2 moving around. They should be able to back away from it. Holo is in here, but they turn the damage on. Woody holding on to that gray health as Criscata's trying to stand in here. Oh, the body block, and Woody keeps his carry alive. Man, get yourself a support like Woody. Criscata is loving this right now, but they're not done just yet. Pretender tried for revenge. Here's the blast gonna pop. Realm Warp in. Pretender wishing he hadn't. Popped away, however, the turnaround this time. They grab Hana on the return fire, and K2's looking for Nesty. Deep Cross Gaming delved a little too greedily, a little too deep. And they have awoken Frank Esports.
So Frank Esports finally on the board, getting that kill down at the very least. And, you know, this is getting really heated in the bottom side. Overall, I think with all the summoner downs, you still have to give the advantage to DCG. K2, though, with that ultimate up with the Glacial Prison, could be looking for a repeat gank coming in from Holo. He still has that flash, so the insect is still there. I think all eyes are still going to be on this bottom lane.
Yeah, we want to see that 6 proc. Now, Criscata starting to roll ahead in the farm game as Eminem out of mana and really out of anything he can do right now. It's going to result in some plates. Here comes Nesty roaming up to the top side, and the action has just opened up ever since the first 4 minutes were quiet. After that, everything else, Rune Prison comes in. Kurt just completely isolated and into the World Ender. It's going to be the end of Kurt's world, at least for now, as he tries to dash away. Some fancy footwork for the Fat Man, but I don't think it's going to matter as Leaky gets him in the end. Hana and Holo juking it out, dueling it out in this jungle, but Hana knows when he has to run away. Eminem already down and sniped by Criscata. Oh my goodness, everything is coming up. Deep Cross once again. The swallow into the delivery, and yeah, Woody secures the kill. That's okay, he can have one as a treat.
Straight up 2v2 kill happening in the bot side, now 3-0-0. Unfortunately, Frank Esports, they just couldn't hold steady in the top lane. Like, all they need from Kurt is not do anything and focus down the bot side with a level 6 Sejuani. They don't get to that timing window open, and now Nesty's looking for more against Pretender. He will get away, but this game is looking so bad for DCG. 4,000 gold, so bad for Frank, excuse me. Already a 4,000 gold lead on the side of DCG. They have all the kills on the carries exactly where they need it. And I just feel like Holo needs to pick at least one of these side lanes to shut down, as we're going to watch this again. Moonlight Vigil. I love the green color of the Moonlight Vigil on this skin. It's very hard to detect a lot of the times. Green's abilities are usually favored here, and Woody does the scumbag support Tom Kench thing, takes away the objective.
He earned it, man. He saved Trishka's life so many times now. I gotta let him have that one. But yeah, like this is so great for Deep Cross. A big lead in this game after such a long one where it was such a hard, frustrating close that they had to claw back because they were losing the scaling battle. A big gold edge here, sub 10 minutes, and the only thing Frank have really been able to get a handful of return kills and a dragon? I mean, that's not much.
Yeah, and most importantly, they don't have Lee Sin and LeBlanc that can move across the map. That's why you draft these two champions. They should be able to get away with it. I think what's scary for me is that K2 still has not hit level 6. So if this 3v3 does happen, it's still a very one-sided fight for Deep Cross Gaming, and they look like they're going to be setting up this play for a potential Herald into first break.
All right, Cascada on the front line, dashes forward. They're going to try to lead Sejuani. He's still level 5, forced to flash away. The lick comes out, and they're going to chase him down. Here comes the Lee Sin. Doesn't even matter, and it's a heartbreaker for Frank Esports. M&M going down, the double kill coming through, and they just wreck shop.
K2 was all laughters and smiles when he locked in this Sejuani, but I gotta feel that he might be regretting this pick so far.
He's still level 5.
I know, he's died 3 times, and they still don't have, like, the kill combo down.
Yeah, Bristle's looking like a little piggy gone to market, I think. 2 kills to the 10 of Deep Cross Gaming, a massive gold lead. Nesty even winning the lane out against Pretender, who should have been the favored one in most of the actual laning matchups, but Nesty certainly holding his own. 2 kills for Leaky. I mean, there's just no edge on the map right now, and Leaky can just zone Kurt off. There's a level disadvantage. Hana just gets so much more value on the map, and we just have not seen this Lee Sin of Holos able to match.
True, I just don't think he got enough out of Pretender's lane, and Pretender losing that level 1 was actually highly detrimental because he couldn't control the wave state anymore. We never seen Pretender roam around with Lee Sin, no ganks coming into the mid lane, and now in the top side, there's a 50 CS lead coming in from Leaky. There's I have to say, at least a 1,500 gold lead on Kristoff. Yeah. At the very least, 1,500.
No, it's massive. And they're going to be able to get second brick, because they already got the one down bottom. And in exchange, it's a plate. It's a plate up top, down bot. Nesty's still able to push this one back. Level 2, or 2-level advantage over M&M as well. And, in the mid lane, he's going to be able to get him in Rune Prison if he comes too close, so M&M knows he has to back away, and has done a good job of neutralizing that carry this game. A little bit of a riskier pick, resulted not a whole lot here for Frank. Now Kurt, he's going to be caught. Here comes the Abyssal Dive. Woody cutting him off at the pass, and they're going to funnel this one right into Hana. The flash, the dash, the heartbreak, doesn't matter. Cascada secures it up with a kill. 5-0 now on this Velios.
Oh, I like the attempt from Kurt to get away, but definitely could have played that a little bit better. I think you hold on to the flash in that situation and try to circumvent the champions and then get the body slam. But, at this point, I have to imagine he's feeling pretty tilted. The top lane is in complete shamble. We do have a game pause here coming in.
Yeah, it's not going to help Frank too much as this one goes through. It looked like it was a quick disconnect. Hopefully we'll get back into that pretty soon. But where the game state is right now, I mean, we have to keep in mind that this is a 2-0 for a 2-0 game, a 2-0 series right now for Deep Cross. And despite the fact that Frank had every means to close that last game, you have to wonder if that 50-minute bout is still weighing on their minds. Clearly, Deep Cross are the ones off to the races here, and they're eyeballing a date with Destiny up against J-Team next week. And it wouldn't be a clean sweep, like I said, but it would be a 3-0, and we've had quite a few of those already.
Yeah, high chance for this to be a 3-0 after all that's happened. And right now, DCG are just sitting in such a strong position because they have this full mythic edge. M&M's also coming in here 1v3. I'm not sure how he expects to survive this one.
Another Abyssal Dive. Woody's just going to go for the outplay. Solo tries to get the kill. No, a little help from Holo keeps M&M alive. A little bit greedy there for the Kench, but he'll be back after 15 seconds.
Yeah, that might be the start of the comeback coming in for Frank Esports, maybe.
It's something.
They are going to be... I think they should be able to complete their mythics at the very least and not give DCG both the Herald and the Drake fight when they're not getting any mythics. So let's see if... oh no, M&M still does not have the mythic. Never mind.
Oh no, K2's in so much trouble. 3-level disadvantage that support for the top laner. Holo is going to come in. I don't know if it's going to matter. Maybe Leaky can get the 2v2. Oh, the bull is dodged. The rocket doesn't go. The world ender, and it is the end of Frank's world again. 1v2. Make that 3.
He wants more.
Cannot be stopped.
He's going in back. He actually uses the Q backwards to get even more
Teleport.
on the map. He's dodging so many
They
abilities.
will kill him eventually, but when and how much investment is it going to take? Finally, it's shut down. Pretender does get some gold bounty, but oh boy.
That was a 1v5. A straight up 1v5
actual
at
1v5.
14 minutes.
I thought that was just something salty solo queue players said, Clement.
It's actually a real one happening in professional play. Leaky even gets to hold on to his flash in that one. He doesn't overchase for the kill. He knows that he can save it later on and just expend resources. And look at how much he actually
that
gets
last
out of
team
him.
fight. Okay, come on, guys. Now we're getting trolled. Does that count as a team fight?
That definitely doesn't.
Okay.
That definitely doesn't.
This will, ooh, okay, Nesty. Cheeky teleport up to the top, try and push the wave here. I think that was ill-advised, personally.
I think you're right. I think you're...
Yeah. But, so is this. Pretender runs straight into Hana and face tanks so much damage. Now Deep Cross right back on the board. So despite a couple of, what you can call throws, Deep Cross are really no worse for the wear right now, and things are just starting to get a little bit weird. In this jungle, the dive, the knock, the bop, the Kurt is trying for the disengage, and he's not going to be able to do it as Hana opens up with a Heartbreaker. In goes the dash.
Oh, the three-man!
What a massive body slam! And now it is going to be Hana, Kriskata all the way on the board as they wipe off most of Frank Esports out of the rift. Only Pretender, as he had died, almost died already after that one, backs to base.
Oh, Kurt's not even the best Gragas on the map. Hana just outduels him right there with the three-man body bop into the World Ender. What a beautiful combo from DCG. That was Frank Esports' potentially best chance to come back into this one. They did have a numbers advantage after picking off Nesty. That was kind of delivered himself, but let's watch how that combo went down. Frank, I think, went for a very risky play right here, and Kurt, despite being the tank, doesn't have the stats to survive. The better Gragas shows up in Hana, and he just ends this fight with the reset chain. Beautiful stuff coming out. DCG looking like they're going to close this one out in fashion. I think I probably have said that before in this series, but this time it's real.
It's a pretty big lead at this point. Deep Cross, you know, they have every advantage that they need right now, and even though they've given Frank a couple of kills, it's starting to feel a little bit more like charity in this one. And we are about Clement, I know it's not a laning phase anymore, but we are about 12 minions away from a flame horizon. I think that tells you all you need to know about this game.
Yeah.
14 minions away.
Frank Esports, definitely nothing working out for them. I like how they're playing, though. They're basically sending their entire team for pickoffs, and hopefully if DCG overinvest, they can then just use the resets and pick off even more kills.
He's gonna just
another
try to buy some time.
1v5, let's go.
I don't think he's going to last very much longer, but that's still, even with the kill here, there's so much pressure being put out by Deep Cross on two lanes. They should be able to get an inhibitor off the back of this. They've already got one turret, should be able to secure the second for an outer and the trade of the top laner. That ain't worth.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 towers, and Herald still has a charge left. It might be an inhibitor just going down as well. It will be. So Leaky has a hero's death right here. DCG do the exact right thing. They don't overcommit to helping anyone. Here comes the Super Mega Death Rocket. Still not enough.
Yeah, Hana's a little low. They do have to back away, but they do get 2 inhibitors in exchange for Leaky's life. He's going to come back up, has the teleport. They might look to end it right here, right now.
Pretender is going to go in, and they find Hana.
Shut down.
That should be it.
Okay, they're going to back away now. Eminem not a part of that fight at all, as he was solo pushing on the side lane. That reminded me of the old Reckless special. That's going to be it for now. 18 minutes, low death timers, of course, but nearly a 10,000 gold advantage for Deep Cross after everything. This is huge.
I will say, though, there are actually some signs of life, because Eminem able to split push 2 towers. He's getting his second item already, and look at Pretender. Out of nowhere, he's 3-0-1. He has that potential to actually just kill Kriskata in the backline outright. So, Frank Esports, their post-season lights on the line. They do have those win conditions.
That's very true. There are opportunities where the gold is. It is on the important carries. The question is, can everybody else hold the line right now? Pretender and Eminem are going to be looking to hold things up. comes Deep Cross. Moving, setting up a death brush here. Woody on the front. Gonna get spotted by Pretender. Frank gonna have to back away. They're no strangers to losing out on jungle pressure this game. This series, I should say. And here comes Hana. Okay, Spectral Maw dodged. Last cone taken. It's just gonna be the inner tower. It looks as Kurt will have a hard time defending this.
I feel like for DCG, they can just turn around and take this Baron at 20 minutes. They are that far ahead where the 5v5 definitely will be in their advantage, even with FaZe taking the Baron at this point. So I don't even think it's a risky Baron, to be honest. So
not
I expect
relatively,
DCG. Yeah, that's a very, very high percentage chance Baron to go for.
Oh, he sniped him!
Sweet.
Oh, Eminem, you cheeky boy. That was nicely done. I think he thought maybe that was Dragon, but all the same, he'll take the red buff.
Holo gonna come in for the engage, but gets spotted out immediately. Here comes the TP, though.
Nesty forced the flash. That's the follow-through of the kick. Maybe they find a catch here onto Nesty. He's tanky, but he can't last forever. And they will finally be able to take him down. Pretender getting his 4th kill of the game. That's nice.
Bit of a split play coming in from DCG. They do trade the Drake for the kill right there, but they can still turn around for Baron. I feel like if you look at the cooldowns, that's actually a lot of resources down from Frank Esports, so I would not be surprised if DCG just start.
Yeah, I mean, Frank are going to have a hard time actually coming in to contest this because they need to keep the minions cleared at home. So without Eminem, it's hard to have that sustained damage. As you mentioned, the cooldowns are low here. Yeah, they can try to sniff in for like a desperate smite steal, but Leaky's just going to cut him off at the choke point, and this should go away. Rocket comes in. That would have been nice this time. It doesn't quite go down. The smite is right, and here comes the fight. The teleport through. Pretender going to get zoned off the rest of the team. Woody on the front line, K2. And here comes Nesty for round 2, as Leaky is going to be the one to open up hostilities by getting the kill credit. Leaky flashing forward. World Ender on, and those health bars are evaporating. And I think this is going to be it, Clement, at 21 minutes and 15 seconds, and Hana finishes off the ace. They march down the base. And that's how it ends, not with a whimper, but an absolute bang as Deep Cross Gaming closed the gates on the playoffs for Frank Esports. A valiant effort by the team, but they couldn't quite do it. Deep Cross move on in a 3-0.
50-minute game 2, only a 21-minute game in game 3. And Deep Cross Gaming show why they have actually been the second-seeded team throughout the majority of the split. Their overall player talent is so incredibly high, and I think this series was Nesty even having good laning phases on champions we don't normally see him on. The LeBlanc was a bit of a surprise right here, and now is an important part for DCG because they typically have some memes prepared for you. Oh, it's Woody's birthday, so they're gonna celebrate this one with the crowd here.
Oh, that's really cool. You gotta love it. So, and how about that? Getting a win as well to give you the birthday gift. And I think Woody definitely had a really great game for himself today. I did criticize some of those Nautilus hooks. I liked what we saw ahead of him on the Tom Kench in particular this game, because that's when you saw that more killer instinct start to be incredible.